Hey everybody, welcome to a special Bad Flick Show. I am your host, Alex Shewmaker. If it's your first time watching the show, well, welcome. You picked the right episode to see, for sure. The way the show works is I pull some of the worst clips from the worst movies and then have my comedian friends on, and we comment and discuss them. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too much in the long run, but always a good time for sure. Like I said before, this is a very special Bad Flick Show. We have just an amazing guest. You've seen him in Half Baked. He's That 70s Show, Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke. We have Mr. Tommy Chong.
Please, please, everybody seated. Be seated. No more. Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. This is fantastic. Like I'm not even really part of the show. I'm just the guy who does the tech. But I'm super excited just to be around you guys. So
Absolutely, yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. And then,
Did we just get hacked?
yeah. No, you're good.
Perfect. And of course, we have Chris Emery there from the Sacramento Comedy Spots.
Please sit down. Don't freak out. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited too. Huge fan, Tommy. Huge fan.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Thanks. Yeah.
Oh man.
Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, do you know the Diaz brothers? Oh no, they're Stockton.
Oh yeah, the fighters.
Yeah,
The UFC guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong gang. You're from the Stockton group. Okay, I got you. What's his name? I was in jail with a guy from Stockton. No, from Sacramento. Trying to think of his name. He was a rapper too.
Oh.
God, he was my.
Who's the? Sacramento doesn't. Sacramento has.
Can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, Sacramento has bands, but we don't have any. We don't have any good rappers. I don't think we have any good rappers out of Sacramento.
Well, you had one.
We had the one.
That checks out. Yeah.
He got caught with a gun, so he did 5 years in the joint. His dad's a dentist. What's his name?
And just making sure this is not Tesla, right? This is not...
Yeah, the band Tesla.
Just
Yeah.
making okay. Oh man. Well, fantastic. Well, let's get started here with our first clip. I really feel like science in movies has gone too far, and this first clip will, prove my point, I believe, with shark, octopus, and whale, wolf.
That's the whole title?
That's the whole time. Yeah, versus werewolf. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
It's over there!
Oh,
Where's Tractopus?
Oh, he's on his way! Where are the jets?
I need the Air Force now!
Command, this is Hunter Leader, inbound. ETA, 2 minutes.
I don't have a few minutes!
That thing has been after me, chased me everywhere. It's been on me and I can't lose it.
Isn't that the thing that controls it?
It's supposed to, but it doesn't work. Come on, you stupid machine. That's it.
this is the best CGI.
Right.
Best CGI.
Goodbye, Sharktopus. One down. Go, let's go. 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 I got this. Wanna play fetch boy? Huh? Get him, boy.
Seems like that could work.
Good doggy. Attaboy.
Target in range. Time to screw this pooch.
Hey!
Did you say time to screw this pooch?
It's military talk, you know, that's all.
They missed him. Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
There's a lot going on for sure.
Yeah.
Specifically, I don't know why they're not in water. That would be the ideal battle,
Yeah.
I think. But
No, I could see the reason why it is what it is. Lack of money. It's amazing what they did with what they had.
Yeah.
A few flips. Yeah, I understood it, but then again, you know, I smoke way too much weed, so I was digging it, man.
I love the ding ding sound effects, like to initiate that they're gonna start fighting. It didn't make any sense, but it did gear me up for a battle, like Pavlov's dog. Like I understand that.
You can see how Ron Howard and Steven Spielberg got started. You know? That's how they got started.
For sure.
You know, they said, "Oh, let's put this together and that together, and then we'll put this with that, and this will work." You know, because it takes dedication to edit that shit together.
right.
This is why I don't smoke weed, by the way. Like I'm a really bad weed smoker. Like I mean like the last time I smoked weed, I time traveled. Like it was like not good. But hold it. Did you hear what you just said? Okay.
You said you time traveled and that wasn't good.
If I wasn't paranoid about it, it would have been fantastic. It was
exactly.
Yeah, it was the paranoid part.
What is paranoia? Fear. And what is fear? Ignorance.
That's me.
I was gonna say fear is the half shark, half octopus. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. I want to know too. Did a wolf impregnate a whale? Did a whale have sex with a wolf? I feel like one way is would be very painful.
Yes. Did you see this whole movie, Alex?
I didn't know. No.
Okay. So we don't know if it was a genetics experiment or if they just put these things in a cage and then.
It was genetic. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That
Right.
I did at least read the description.
It wasn't like play sexy music.
Right.
Bestiality.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
There's a blowhole involved. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, just imagine, you know, the movies that we see on the screen are the ones that made the cut. See, the ones that we're seeing now, they obviously never made the cut.
Right.
It's true.
And when I say, you know, made the cut is, you know, got to the next level, which is, you know, to finish it, make it look good, and put it in the theater. But what we're seeing is I think it's incredible, you know, because I've been in a few of those, and the fact that they get made, you know, it's actually like looking at modern art, you know. Modern art can be anything by itself with a frame around it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
anything.
That's fair.
Anything. It's how you frame it. And so if you showed that clip in the right circumstances, you would have critics saying, what a genius it because there is a lot of things in that clip that makes you go, Jesus, I wonder, I've never thought of that.
I mean, I'm just impressed that the CGI actually looked good.
Right,
I mean,
right. Right
didn't-
lighting and everything. Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't realistic, but it was
Sure.
it was good. It moved. They attacked each other.
You buy it. You buy it. I mean, think about it. They shot it behind a chain link fence.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
it worked.
And it worked. It worked. I mean, no, I've been involved in a few of those things, and smoke a lot of dope. That's all you got.
That's all.
That's it. That's it.
That's how you
Yeah,
power
there was
through.
like graphic artists that probably spent like 100 hours, if not more, like painstakingly putting together these like amalgamations of nature.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like that takes a long time.
It's impressive.
Yeah. No,
See,
I admire anything that gets on screen, and you know, gone because I know the process, and there's a lot of dead films. I got one in my basement right now. I shot a movie, and halfway through the movie, the director was way over his head. Because what I was trying to do, I was trying to reinvent the industry, and I wanted to use a documentary filmmaker with little to no experience shooting film to make a film. And so what I come up with it, I changed. I polished a turd, in other words.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as a result, when I got close enough to think, well, I can take it down to LA and put in a few things, you know, and make it work. Well, the filmmaker, it was like he got caught, you know, impersonating somebody. And so his first reaction was to take the film hostage. He literally took the film hostage. I couldn't get it back. And when you break up a rhythm, you know, you can never replace it.
Yeah.
You have to finish whatever it is, no matter how good or bad or whatever. You have to stay on it. I thought I could, you know, take him to court, get the stuff, get all the raw footage, you know, and then I could take it to LA, and then, which I did. And then I showed this friend of mine who used to be like head of production in that with Warner Brothers, and he was like into low budget films, and he was really into finding low budget films that run out of money, and so for no money he could buy them up and then finish them and then make a few bucks. Well, he wanted to see my rough cut, so I sent it over to him. He literally had it messengered back to me. He did not want it polluting anywhere near his house. It came back by messenger, and it was like, you know, his advice was to destroy it. And you know what? I've hung on to it ever since. It's been about 20 years or something. But what it is, I put my kids in it. So all my kids are in it. It's like a home movie, and my wife's in it. It's really in the family, and there is a story, but I never really connected it with a documentary filmmaker. You know? But it's still an ongoing saga.
Sure. I feel like you could like market it in a way like no studio wanted to touch this. No, you know, it's just yeah.
Oh, yeah. The hidden film, Tommy Chong.
Right.
Hiding in his past. You know, he doesn't want anybody. It's in his basement. He refuses to let anybody see it because he's so embarrassed. But I just, oh man, it just proves, you know. See, it's art. It's art.
Yeah.
It all comes back to
I
it.
know damn well I could, and I will. I will eventually when I get around to it. My dad had a favorite saying that I've adopted. One of these days. That was his favorite. One of these days. One of these days. And that's my whole life, you know. One of these days. I'm gonna do it. And it's habits I got from growing up kind of in the country. You know, I was incarcerated a bunch of times when I was a little guy. You know, I was in an orphanage. I was in a hospital. I was in an orphanage. So I never really had a mom, dad kind of, you know, leave it to Beaver kind of upbringing at all, you know. And I was a middle child, so everybody ignored me. You know, it was a great thing. No one noticed me, you know? So I could get away with a lot of shit, you know, that no one else could.
Yeah.
And you know, and like becoming a filmmaker, you know, everything is by accident with me.
True.
You know?
True.
Actually, it's a Peter principle. I got fired, and then good things would happen to me. Then I get fired, and more good things. You know, I got promoted upward instead of downward, and here I am. And so getting back to the film, I kind of like that film.
There you go.
All right. Is every clip you chose for the show going to be stuff that he's going to really like? Because it's pretty good.
For sure. We started out with a real banger there.
Well, what's your second clip?
We'll go into this. It's definitely changing gears for sure, and it's something a little different for the Bad Flick Show. But I wanted something. We have Tommy here, so you might get a kick out of this. But this is a clip. It was from a 1950s like scare, like marijuana tactic video.
Good.
It's very interesting. We'll play that now.
All right, here we go. Clip 2.
How many did you sell today? Not many. Kids don't seem interested. Didn't I tell you how to do it? Get one kid that the rest of them like, get him smoking it, and the whole school will be doping.
Yeah, I tried that today. I had a kid named Bill Daniels, but he's strictly a square.
You leave him to me. Get over to the pad sometime. I'll do the rest.
I worked afternoons and all day Saturday in Wilson's hardware store.
You'll have to stay tonight, Bill. We're taking inventory.
But I've got a date tonight. Can't it wait till tomorrow? By the time I finished, it was late.
Hello, Mrs. Stanley.
Hello, Bill.
I'm sorry I'm late. I got tied up at work.
Marilyn thought you did, so she went to a movie with a girlfriend.
That's too bad.
I'll tell her you were here.
Okay, thanks.
Everyone had someplace to go that evening, but me.
Hiya, man. All on Saturday night? Yeah. My friend loaned me his car. Going to a party. Gonna pick up a couple of girls. Wanna come along?
Sure, I've got nothing better to do.
Oh no.
Every Friday night.
The party was held in someone's apartment. I was introduced to Moose, and he seemed like a great guy. Everyone was laughing and having a good time.
Are we going to smoke soon, or what's going to happen?
Some big fella came over and started to talk to me.
Just everything.
He offered me a cigarette. It seemed like a regular pack. I took a few puffs, and things began to get fuzzy and move in slow motion.
Time
That means it's
travel.
working.
The big guy and everyone else was laughing at me.
That is exactly what it was like the first time I smoked weed. Exactly.
Oh,
Oh God! Wow.
Why the
Well,
violence?
you know, I can see why hippies started dressing the way they did.
yeah.
because those dudes, man, whoa, they're suit and ties.
I
They all look like they're getting ready for a court.
Yeah.
Oh, that was classic. Classic. That's Reefer Madness. That's the one that didn't make the cut. You know, okay, that's
Right.
not going to work.
Yeah, we'll repackage
Whoa,
this.
whoa, that was wow.
Chris?
Yeah, I get a feeling that, you know, the government or whoever talked to the filmmaker, and the filmmaker said, "Oh, no problem. I know exactly what you want."
Yeah, exactly. I've never smoked weed, but I know exactly what.
No, I know exactly what you want. The bad guys and the good guys, yeah. And you want a message to the kids. Oh my God.
Chris, you said that was exact. What was your like first smoking experience? Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's not that, but like.
I didn't throw a punch. I do remember that. I wanted to do the opposite of get in a fight. I do remember that.
Right.
But it was. I mean, I got paranoid, and I did think that people were laughing at me. But yeah, I guess I don't. I think I was drunk the first time I smoked weed, so I got really cross-faded.
Oh, that's a dangerous combination.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're asking, did I punch somebody? Did they punch me back? I don't remember.
I remember. Go ahead.
I loved in that clip. He was like, I met this guy named Moose. And he seemed like a really nice guy. That's a giveaway right there.
Right.
They're up to no good.
We've all had a dealer named Moose at one point in our lives. It's all.
Yeah.
I like
you know, when
Moose.
I got busted, I was trying to wiggle my way out of the bust, you know, and so they said, well, it would help if you made an anti-pot commercial.
No.
And so I did, but it just kept getting funnier and funnier. The message was being lost somehow. And I was serious. I was definitely trying to. And then I tried to convince the judge that I shouldn't go to jail because I've been working with these kids. And I really enjoy teaching kids how to dance salsa.
Oh.
And but the judge really didn't see the connection. and the judge was serious. He was deadly serious because he really thought that our bong sales were funding the Taliban. That's what the government said. That, we were making billions of dollars selling bongs. Not drugs, bongs.
So yeah, that glass.
People just had to have the bongs. You know, they got addicted to buying bongs.
Tommy. Speaking of, I've been meaning to ask you. I had a buddy back in the day, and every time I go over to his house, he would bring out a bong, and he'd say, "This was Tommy Chong's bong." And so I need you to clear it up for me now. Did you give Chad Howery from Carmichael, California, a bong?
He probably bought it. You know, we sold them all over California, especially.
You said it was your personal bong that you
personal bong. That could be stretching it a little bit, you know.
Wait, are you telling me that a 22-year-old stoner from Carmichael, California was lying to me?
You know what? He probably wasn't lying, but it was probably some guy that said he was Tommy Chong.
Sure. It's a common name. It's
that happens quite a bit. I got friends that use my name to get reservations in restaurants, and there's been a few times when I showed up and oh, we've been expecting you, Mr. Chong. And I thought, well, that's strange, because I didn't know I was going to be here. But yeah, it's a trip. What were we talking about? I forgot.
Oh, just bongs. I'm apparently in the wrong business. I need to just start a bong business and everything will be fine.
Oh, yeah. You know, the government actually put a mole into our business to find out where the money was going. And the mole was this expert business guy, you know. And so the first thing he did was rearrange our bond company so we could make money. Because the way we were doing it all wrong, and we were losing money. And the government expert come in and said, "Oh no, here's what you got to do." And he rearranged it so that we were showing a little bit of a profit. But you know, actually we were like a few $100,000 in debt when they closed us down. And they took money from us and that. But it's okay because it worked out, you know, incredible, you know.
Yeah, sure.
I'm kidding. Think about it. I went from being busted to opening up Cheech and Chong dispensaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different time for sure. Like how things have evolved.
Yeah, that's what we can plug. Is Cheech and I, we've gotten together. We're going to open up these state-of-the-art dispensaries selling the best of the best, because that's one thing, you know. The only thing I worry about is my reputation as providing the best weed known to man, and so we have some very dedicated farmers. Not hard to find them, you know.
Yeah,
sure.
They're there, and you know the ones that there's still a lot of illegal pot farms all over California, you know, because the underground's still flourishing. And the feds are still busting the undercover, and they're still tearing down the plants.
Yeah.
It's legal now. It's like they're burning money.
Yeah. Right.
You'd think the feds would go, we should confiscate that and then sell it on the market, and then we can fund our police activities with the money. But instead they treat it like idiots. You know, they cut it and burn it. And I'll tell you the reason. You know, the reason it's not legal around the world is because it's not because they think it's still bad for you. No, it's the opposite. They know it's good for you.
Sure.
But what happened? America went into a treaty with these countries all around the world, and they agreed they would pay these countries millions of dollars if they eradicated their pot groves. And this is all around the world. Vietnam, I was in this little island called Palau in the Micronesian islands, and I met with the local DEA guy, you know, the drug guy, because him and I were the only ones that had anything in common, you know. so we were talking, and they told me the Palauans get $1 million a year to eradicate their pot crops, and so they grow 2 pot crops, one to eradicate and one to smoke. So they get paid $1 million plus they get their weed, and all they have to do is grow. and they do it because they're very honest. So they grow 2 crops. And I imagine they plow the first crop into the ground because that's great fertilizer.
Yeah.
And so that's happening all over the world. India, all over the world. They don't let you know this. They're not going to come out and tell you, that they're paying all these countries. But they shut down Nepal's hash trade that had been going on for thousands of years. Nepal, India, and Afghanistan too had the best hash in the world, and because they had been doing it for centuries, and it was smoked for spiritual and religious purposes more than to get intoxicated. It was the Americans that come up with the idea. Hey, this will really fuck you up. Come on.
Right.
It's that American mind.
Right.
That way.
This is called Blue Train Wreck. That's not. I don't know.
Yeah. If you don't smoke enough till you're in the coma, then you're.
Oh man.
Where can we find one of those dispensaries?
The first one will be in San Francisco. We've got everything except I don't know, some paperwork that needed to be done, and then there's one in Palm Springs that'll open up shortly.
Nice.
But we have to deal with this problem of one of the problems is that we can't bank our money the way normal businesses bank their money.
That's right. Right.
The Fed's still considered illegal, and they don't like being paid their taxes in cash. So it's quite a dilemma.
Right.
With going on, but it's going to get cleared up. I think soon as they put Trump in jail, I think I think they're kind of waiting for that day. Make sure that he can't harm them in any other way. Trump's going to be like Hannibal Lecter, totally alone, secluded, for his own safety as well.
Yeah. Right. For everybody involved. Yeah.
Yeah. For him, for us, for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What do you got next? Do you have?
Again, switching gears, another interesting clip that really shows you the value of an arm and a leg. This is from the documentary Finders Keepers.
I saw a little bit of this clip earlier. This is weird.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to 2 or 3 different people at that Baptist hospital, including the surgeon, and somebody was going to be able to get the flesh off this thing to me and send the bone back.
He talked the doctors into letting him keep the leg.
He claimed only buries the whole man.
He thought he was going to be getting back skeletal remains from the hospital. No.
So Dwayne, the mortician, picked it up from the hospital, and he handed it to me right out there in the driveway. It was this white trash bag. Hell, let me show you what it looked like. He reached in the back of his minivan, he comes handing me out this white trash bag. It had this red tape around it, doing that thing like a Christmas present, and I run my hand across, and I looked at Dwayne, I said, and as I was breaking this bag open, I got about right here like this, and I heard the damn door shut, and I see nothing but dust going up the road right there because he was gone. We're talking about a 4th generation mortician out the door. He didn't say bye or nothing. I said, oh no, what's going on? And I looked in there, and sure enough, they sent my whole leg back to me. I could see my tendon, my tibia, my fibula hanging out the top. There was 5 toes and his calf muscle down here. I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life, man. Not even in the World War II flick. I'd seen some legs blowed off and stuff like that, but I mean, when you're looking at your own stuff. Damn.
What the hell is this?
So I scooped it up right quick like I was trying to find, a freezer to get this thing in. And I know this girl that worked down there at this Hardee's and made slipped up out there and asked her, can you store this thing for a couple hours? Let me find another place for it. I guess she went back and laid it right on top of the sausage biscuits or something right in the breakfast rush hour. I no more getting there more than a quarter mile down the road. I'm getting a phone call. The manager done found this leg. I just went around to the drive-thru there and kind of picked this thing up. She slipped that thing out the window to me.
So he gets his friend who works at the mortuary to get him some embalming fluid, and he had it in a roasting pan out in his shed.
In the shed.
Basting this thing like a roast with embalming fluid.
So he tore the screen off his front door and wrapped it up like a doobie.
Till I got the bright idea to mummify it. And then hang it up in the possum tree, let it sun dry for 6 months.
But it wasn't long after that he got evicted.
Yeah, so that's when the leg ended up in his smoker.
In the smoker. That's when the smoker and all of John's possessions went into the storage unit.
What is happening in this?
There's a lot. Yeah.
I want to keep watching, please. I have to know what happens to this leg.
It's absolutely nuts. So there's this documentary. Yeah, obviously the guy loses his leg, but he puts it in the storage locker, doesn't pay the storage locker, and then somebody else buys it. That person becomes famous for finding this leg and has this whole thing in his garage where you can pay $5 to see the leg, and it's this whole legal battle over the guy's right leg. It's wild. It's wild.
Now, again, what were they smoking?
Right.
See, now that I want to know that strain. I really want to know. And if it was nothing, that's even more interesting.
I think it was something, because he did say he was going to roll it up like a doobie.
I mean, why did that get made? Why?
Yeah.
Who said? It must have been a true story. Was it a true story?
True story. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then they reenacted it, or they tried to.
Or at least do some dramatization. But it is a real documentary, and that person did lose his leg, and
wow,
it's such a bizarre documentary. Finders Keepers is the name of it.
Why? How did you lose it?
It was a helicopter crash.
Oh my god!
And it was this thing where his dad was in the helicopter as well, and his dad died, and so the leg, him keeping the leg was something with his a sentimental last moment with his dad, and what? Yeah, it's so bizarre.
I feel like they could have changed the music, and totally changed the feel. If they would have put some soft,
you kind of understand
calm
a
music.
rabbit's foot,
A rabbit's
good
foot.
luck. It's a little soft and furry and cuddly, and you can put it on a keychain.
Right.
The biggest.
Yeah.
It's like going before they bury the guy. Hey, can I have his leg as a keepsake? Just something to remember him by.
Yeah. No.
And the other thing, the drive-through window. Wouldn't it have been funny if the guy had a sense of humor? He'd put it between two buns.
The people behind him are like, what is that guy having?
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's terrible.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, my phone is dying on me.
Oh no.
So I'm going to have to say bug out right now.
That's okay.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been absolute treat.
It's been a laugh, man.
Yeah. I'll just send you the full movie to Finders Keepers for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do something to get rid of those images in my head.
Good call.
I think the leg is going to stay with me for a while.
Yeah, stayed with him for a while.
Right.
I'd like to see someone look on their face if they got a leg with between two buns. When Want to try our new McDonald's?
Right.
It's a McRib.
Right. Oh no.
Okay. Ciao, everybody. Thank
Hey,
you.
All right.
bye.
Tommy, thank you so
See
much.
later.
We'll see ya.
Nice seeing you guys.
Yeah, nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wow, that was great.
So great. So great.
Tommy Chong.
That was awesome.
Oh boy, yeah. It does seem like he does smoke a lot of weed. They're very, those stories, man, just going like one spot to another is great.
I know.
Well, he had this like great outlook on all the films where he like found the good in them, which I loved. You know?
Yes,
He's
yeah.
like, no, that's pretty good. That's pretty. I like that. Like,
I was just gonna say the same thing. Like his out, you could totally like even when you were like, did my friend lie about having this bong? And he was like, I don't think he lied, man. I just think he came across someone who said his name was Tommy Chong.
this dude lied, and I wanted Tommy Chong's confirmation, and he didn't give it to me.
Oh man,
Alex, thanks for putting this all together, man.
So excited. Yeah. I'm really. We've been communicating for the last few months, and I'm excited we were able to get the go and make it happen. And he absolutely fantastic, a comedy legend for sure. Like
for sure,
it's huge. So.
I was just while he was talking, I was like, this, like he's been in so many movies and so many television shows, and like been around the world and did all these cool things. And he started off getting arrested like early on, right? But then the rest of his life, because of weed, it's like opened up all these amazing opportunities for him to do all this crazy cool stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, he talked about his the dispensaries opening up, but he also has his own like company there, the marijuana company. I think it's just Tommy Chong's Cannabis as well. So like it's a whole industry, at least at this point.
Maybe he'll start a time traveling strain.
I suggest we do a follow-up episode where the three of us smoke some of Tommy Chong's cannabis.
Here we go.
And just watch Brian freak out.
As long as I'm sitting in at this desk, I think I'll be all right. But if we have to move it to another location, I would probably die. Yeah. You guys know how much I freak out about this entire thing, like when I'm sober. Imagine me high trying to make sure that we get the live stream together.
Yeah. Impossible.
Maybe we'd chill you out, dude. Maybe you'd be like, no worries. No worries, baby. And then you get that really weird, you start talking like that.
Yeah, why would the weed do that to my voice?
No worries, baby.
I'm okay, baby.
I'm just like paranoid. Like, no, we have to plug it in. We have to plug the computer into the outlet. Like,
no, man, stop plugging things into the outlet, baby.
Oh man,
Davis Jr.
Yeah. Hey, baby. All right, Alex, do you want to say goodbye to your fans?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. Obviously, thank you, Tommy, for joining us on this week's episode, as well as Mr. Chris Emery and Brian Crawl, as always.
For sure.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you back in a couple weeks with more Bad Flicks.
Good job, Alex. All right.
Yeah, good job, Alex.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
have-
having me. And good job, Brian.
Oh, hey. No, thank you. Good job, Chris.
Good job.
Bye, everybody.
All right. See ya.